Hey guys, so basically in this video I will be discussing one of the biggest, most popular brands out there, although I honestly have no idea why the brand is so popular, like it's an actual tragedy. And this brand is Dolce & Gabbana. And I will be discussing some of their collections, and I will start with the Spring 2012 collection because for me, that's when the brand took a very sharp turn and fell into an actual valley because the results were disastrous. It's like an actual destruction took place. And I will try to be as generous and nice as I can. So anyways, the Spring 2012 collection. Now I believe that Dolce & Gabbana went for a little stroll in a farm and some vegetable marketplace, and they were heavily inspired by all of the farmers and all of the vegetable merchants and also by God's magnificent creations, and thus they decided to honor them. And they did so by printing eggplants, cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, you name it, on several pieces, and honestly, like none of them even look fresh, they all look rotten. And then for some reason the fashion show transitioned into a funeral. Okay, so moving on to the fall 2012 collection, and this whole collection reminds me of baby showers. Like some models wear white fluffy skirts and dresses that look like baby underwear and diapers, and some pieces look like baby drool bibs with floral embroidery on them, and I actually like these ones. And you know like how sometimes chocolate comes in gold plated wrapping? Well yeah, they use that wrapping to decorate some of the pieces. And overall, I think this collection is actually pretty cute, and it reminds me of little chubby cheer-ups. I like that. Now the Spring 2013 collection. I feel like this collection was inspired by pirates that lived a few centuries ago, because like some of the prints on some of the dresses remind me of a pirate's parrot and flag. And some models also walk down the catwalk in striped pieces to represent for all the prisoners held captive by the pirates. And some other models wore actual potato sacks. So from showing appreciation for God's creations in a previous collection to taking us to an actual church to worship God in the fall 2013 collection. Now this collection is highly intricate and detailed, like the beadwork is so meticulous and the embellishments are so ornate. Or not, it's all printed. I mean, the beading on most of the pieces looks like actual corn, and it does not even look appetizing. And this collection also proved to us that just because something is expensive does not mean that it will appear as such. Like some of the fabrics used look so cheap, and they look like I can make actual tablecloths out of them. I wouldn't obviously, but like, why? So I'm gonna skip a few collections because they all look the same, and I will get into the fall 2015 collection. Now the majority of the pieces look like they were supposed to be Mother's Day cards, and some pieces actually came directly from the scrapbooks of Dolce's nephews and nieces. And the models were also asked to bring their own kids and their own babies to walk down the catwalk, and I honestly think that the whole show is actually so adorable. But why are we designing pieces based on elementary school drawings? The fall 2016 collection. Now I honestly don't understand if this collection was inspired by circuses or pet stores or fairy tales. Like the whole thing was so all over the place. And one piece had a caption that says "Dreaming of my prince" printed on it, but I know for a fact that nobody will ever dream of this dress. The Spring 2017 collection. I believe that for this collection, Dolce & Gabbana went on Google Images and hit the randomize button because none of this makes sense. One dress had fish and flowers printed on it, another had a medieval guitar and flowers printed on it. Like, what is the correlation? Also, some dresses had spaghetti and pasta printed on them, and another one had ice cream. Like, what? And the same thing all over again in the Spring 2018 collection. Floral prints, fruits, peas, pretzels, and some just looked like an actual gift box, and honestly, if somebody ever gifted me that, like, I'm gonna throw it away and I'm gonna unfriend that person. And finally, the fall 2018 collection. One shirt had Fashion Sinner printed on it, and honestly, like, I'd rather burn in hell for absolutely nothing than for sinning with Dolce & Gabbana. And some dresses had actual cutlery printed on them. Like, am I at IKEA or something? So overall, I think that Dolce & Gabbana has become incredibly boring and redundant over the past few years. The designers do the same thing over and over again, with no improvement, no progression, no innovation, and nothing exciting is ever produced by the fashion house. and they do have a realized aesthetic for their clothes, but each and every single season looks like the previous one, and it feels like they have sacrificed their integrity just to appeal to the masses. I think the fashion house has become very chaotic, and both the clothes and the prints on their clothes are not fascinating in the slightest. So if there is anything you'd like to add, please leave it in the comment section below, and hit the like button so I feel loved, and subscribe for more fashion related content. Thank you so much for watching.